Hello, folks. So today I'm back again with another quick look at another interesting thing that I've been wanting to talk about, and that would be the Game Boy printer. Well, Game Boy Pocket printer from Nintendo that came out in 1999. Um, this is a device that allowed people to print from their Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Pocket using the supplied link cable that came with the system or otherwise sold separately. It allows you to take your pictures that you've taken from the Game Boy camera or in certain cases from games that had some secret little pictures that you could unlock during the course of the game. One of the cooler ones, from what I understand, is the diploma, which you can unlock for the completion of one of the Pokemon games. I believe it would have been maybe Yellow. I don't think it's in all of them, but any of the Pokemon games that came after the creation of the Game Boy Pocket printer. This particular one is from Japan. You can see it's got some Japanese writing on it. I recently got this from Japan for a greatly reduced price compared to what it's going for in the American market these days. It's in very nice shape, other than some faint writing, which I managed to scrub off. Somebody wrote their name on here. I don't know. Maybe it belonged to somebody and they didn't want it to get lost and wanted to return. Takes 6 mighty AA batteries, which is kind of crazy. We're talking Atari Lynx caliber here. A couple grippies, so when you put it down, it doesn't really budge as much. The only buttons that we have on here are the feed button, which will advance the paper through the spool. We have a power button, which turns it on and off. And when you flip this here, this allows you to place the paper inside the roll and feed it inside and around. And as you're pushing it through, you can hold this down, which will bring the paper around. I don't want to demonstrate that so much because it's a pain in the butt to push the paper through, I'm going to be quite honest with you. But this particular one, like I said, I got this from Japan direct. The American versions will just say Game Boy printer. I quite actually like the Japanese one here. I think the pocket printer, I just think the whole logo is a lot more cute. So in any case, I'm going to demonstrate its capabilities real quick. So recently, because of this thermal paper that it uses, which is similar to any old receipt paper that you may have lying around from, say, Target or grocery stores, same technology, it's just regular thermal paper. The problem is you got to find the right size, dimensions, and doing some research online, I've discovered that this paper here in particular, this Seiko, yes, the same company that makes watches, also does pocket calculators and so forth. They put out this paper. I got this off eBay. It's sealed. It was 5 rolls for about $15. So I can get it back out. I can show everybody. They're a lot smaller than what you would get with the Nintendo paper at the time. Unfortunately, the Nintendo paper, being that thermal paper has a bit of an expiration date on it, much like bread, its quality and efficiency will decrease over time. So even though you may pick up a sealed box of the Nintendo original paper, it's probably not going to work very well. It'll work, but your pictures will be very, very faded. Almost like if you left your receipt in the car for an extended time in the sun, the UV affects it. And that is what's going to happen with your Nintendo branded paper over 20 years later. It's just not going to look good. It's going to be brittle. It's going to be yellowish. And even if it is brand new and white looking from the box, the chemical material in the thermal printer paper will be degraded. So I don't want to make this too long. So what I'm going to do is I have my Game Boy, yes, this is a modded Game Boy Color with my Game Boy camera, which I also got from Japan recently, install here. So we're going to take a quick demo print here. One of the first things I want to show you is this is a neat little feature. We're going to turn this on. See how it advances it a little bit? But if you hold down the feed button and turn it on, it will do a little test. See if I can zoom in a little bit. Hello, with a little Mario face there. So if you're ever in the market for one of these, it's got paper in it, and you want to find out if it works, hold down that feed button as you're turning the power on. So I have my link cable here. We're going to boot up the Game Boy camera. One of the reasons I chose this particular Game Boy is because it's got a nice screen and a little easier to see on the eyes here. This is the craziest menu I've ever seen. We're going to go in here, hold the select button down, and we're going to be able to do some features. I don't really want to go over the Game Boy camera software too much because, quite honest with you, I am still trying to figure it out myself. One of the things we're going to do though is we're going to do link and transfer. So I have my link cable here. This is a cool link cable. This is, I believe it's from Mad Catz. But what's nice is it has both connections for the old school GB, Game Boy DMG, Pocket, and the Game Boy Color. So we're covered either way. So one end is going to cover right here. Going to go into the printer. And the other end is going to cover the Game Boy end. So I'll plug that in here. So what I'm going to do is, I have some selfies and some things, practice pictures, including some pictures from family members who've owned this camera before me, which are kind of creepy, to be honest with you, seeing other people. We're going to hit print. Transfer is kind of cool because I guess if you have another Game Boy, you can send these through the IR port or through the cables to another Game Boy. We're going to go up to print. And we're going to hit the print option. These are pictures that are on this camera. There's some selfies of me. But one thing I like is somebody, whoever had this before, unlocked a bunch of cool pictures. So we have Mario over here. And simply enough, we're going to hit print. It's now going to transfer that information over here to the printer. And away we go. And there we have a 1-by-1 copy of our, you can rip that right off here. Now mind you, you're dealing with 1999 technology. But I think that's still pretty cool. I love this analog technology. Now the Nintendo paper had this adhesive on the back, so unfortunately this is just regular paper. So go back. We have a Wario one here. And a Pokemon one here. As you can see on the right, we got the little divers from one of the Game & Watch games. Print status over there. Once again, we got your Pokemans. So some games, like I said, had these little pictures as secret little unlockables. And anyway, that's pretty much all there is to it. I will leave a link in the description, or whatever you want to call it, down below to get this paper. I can link you right to the seller. It came pretty quick. I got it in about, I don't know, 4 or 5 days from Florida. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this little quick view of the Game Boy Pocket camera and, most importantly, printer. Thanks a lot. Take it easy, guys. See you next time.